Hey guys, how's it going? Real Randy Chavez here coming at you. I just stepped on a cord and that hurt with a Tesla stock video. And basically, this one is not going to be that much information wise. I was letting you know just going through the stock today. You know, as it had been the last couple weeks, it was just moving sideways, and it was just wasn't really going too high or too low. And even though I believe that the support line for Tesla is around $700, that's where it is. Not that I expected to get that low. I told myself if it goes below 8, because it hasn't really gone below 800, the past week or so, I was like, I'll get another share. And I was at work today, and I saw it at like 808, 813, 804, whatever it was. And then, I'm doing my stuff. And then I realized I think I saw someone on Twitter, somebody got a share at like 798. And I was like, what? How did they do that? So I go and I look, my E-Trade or Yahoo, whatever, and I see went down to like 796. Like, I missed it. And then, of course, in the afternoon, it went up to like 830, and I was like, oh man. And again, at the end of the day, or in 5 years from now, and this is just my opinion. I'm not a professional. I'm not giving you financial advice. This is just what I'm doing. This is what I think. 2025, if this is 5 to 7 grand a share, it's not going to matter if we bought it at 796 or 830 or 900. So it's all, it's all relative. At that point, it'll be a drop in the bucket. And, I have 24 shares right now, and I want 25. I want as much as I can. I want as much as I can get. What a lot of analysts will tell you is to never put your eggs in one basket. It's to be able to tell you to go and diversify. But even Warren Buffett had said, don't diversify for the sake of diversification. Diversification is really used for people that really don't know what they're doing, go in the VOO and, But if you know what you're doing and you have good quality companies, why not? There's been almost like a trend on Twitter that says like or retweet if you have Tesla as 100% of your portfolio. And mine's nowhere near that. Mine's like 66% of my portfolio. And not, again, I don't have a big portfolio. It's like I put like 24 grand into it. It's up to like 30 grand because of the growth that's happened with it. But there are people that have like hundreds of thousands of dollars specifically just in Tesla. And it's like, whoa. Some people have like, millions. And it's like, that is a lot. Why don't I do that? Is because I like those other companies. I think the only one that I have that might actually outperform Tesla happens to be a company that's not even disruptive. I always talk about disruptive companies like Illumina, which is, like I've said before, the company that reads your DNA and owns 70% market share. I don't believe that will outperform Tesla. There is, Square that obviously has Cash App. Again, very disruptive. That's something that I don't think will outperform Tesla. But again, it's disruptive and it's a good idea because those companies, I believe, will be 10x in the future. And 10x is take whatever the price is and times 10. And I know I said before, 5 to 7 grand for Tesla. That's not 10x of what it is right now. You're right, it's not. Because I believe by 2030, because Tesla is, I believe, going to be $1 trillion company, not just because of cars, not just because they make the best cars and they're the cleanest cars, and they're not just because of that, because of their batteries, because of their solar, because of their self-driving. Their full self-driving is so freaking safe. And I'll get back to this. I just want to mention that what I think will outperform Tesla, again, just my opinion, is that company Fastly, edge computing. And they don't have 70% market share like Illumina does. They're not as, I think there's like a $4 billion market cap, between 3 and 4 billion. But edge computing and keeping people online is a big enough space. You could have multiple companies there and it's okay. Multiple companies there and they'll all get a huge piece of the pie. And of course, you got it at, I got it at like 20 something dollars a share. I have 63 shares, which again, not a lot. But when Tesla started, that was like 30 something dollars a share. And I would kill to have 63 shares of Tesla right now. This company, I think, will become, again, in the future, as they're going to become, several $100s a share company. So not just 10x that it'll get to 300, it'll get probably 20x. Now, Tesla, why do I believe it's going to 15 grand? Okay, again, they're a car company, which is great. Electric cars are the future. Again, by 2040, I know it's a long way away from now, especially for some of my young guys that's on here. They like, and I get it. 29 probably seems old. That's the age I am. 39 seems 49, 59 seems old. But every single one of my older friends that tells me, a bunch of the guys that are in the office with me, that they don't feel any different. They're in their mid-40s, a lot of them. They're like, oh, I don't feel that. Like, the best advice I could give, and Gary Vee even says it himself, at 49, 50, you are not going to, you're going to be so amazed at how young you feel at that age. And again, it might seem like, ancient history now. Like, the reason I'm wearing a hat right now is because I'm not having a good hair day. The hairline is receding up to here. And I was like, I'm just going to... So I get it. You don't really worry about that, late teens, early 20s. But if you're watching this and you want to learn how to invest, again, just what I'm doing, Tesla, again, just their cars are great. Electric car companies are the future. But their batteries is another thing. And once... I don't know if analysts will really see it on Battery Day, but a bunch of everyone on YouTube will. You guys that are smart will. You'll see that, oh my God, Tesla created a battery under 100 kilowatts per hour to make. They have this vertical integration where they're making their own batteries with Maxwell technology. Things are going to be so huge. It's going to be so cheap. And one of Tesla's cars is probably going to be well under $30,000. This is something that was not thought to ever be able possible, because when Tesla started, it was a sports luxury car made for rich people, made for the 1%, made for people that wanted a cool electric toy. It was a thing of status, but he laid it out like, use that to make a more affordable car, use that money to make a more affordable car. And the way he's doing it, back in the day, it was so much more expensive to create a good electric vehicle than it was an internal combustion engine. But internal combustion engines are not getting cheaper to make. Electric vehicles, with the cost of batteries going down like 15% a year, which is insane. So it halves every like 4 years, and you're just getting cheaper and cheaper cars, and Tesla's going to have a car that's under $30,000. This is insane. This is going to open up a market to the likes of which that have been hitherto undreamt of. Not to quote Dr. Strange here, but this is something that you can get what you want. Tesla has hit every form of class, where you can get the big expensive cars, 1% if you want, a Cybertruck like I am, for a lot of people who are like middle class that want something that's really safe, and all Teslas are safe. But you're going to get something that is just, they have the electric cars, you have the batteries that are really cheap to make, it's mass market, so full self-driving. Full self-driving is going to make Teslas, again, all of these by itself could make them trillion-dollar companies, but all of them combined, definitely. And full self-driving, why it's so important is because not only is it safe, not only will it save you time. I have a 45-minute commute to work every day. And don't get me wrong, I love listening to Joe Rogan podcast. He had Tony Hawk on yesterday. I was listening to that this morning, listening to that on the way home. Love listening to my mix, some Lady Gaga, some Ava Max, Avril Lavigne, Superman, or whatever. But I could be doing other stuff. I could be sending emails. I could be writing scripts for Pokemon. And this, by the way, this is all unscripted. Sometimes I write stuff down, but when I go on my rants about like Pokemon or this is just from the heart. This is just from like my head space. But a lot of times I do write down scripts. Like, I'll write down facts. Like, this isn't a lot, but this is from my last Pokemon video. This is just data points. And I have a bunch of other stuff as well, stuff that I show you as just, all of this is just data. All of this is just data that I put for Pokemon, and sometimes I do it for Tesla as well. But that time, an hour and a half of my time commuting to work and back, could be used doing other stuff, sending emails. I could be calling clients for my first business. I could be having, and time, again, with the Avengers reference, but Tony Stark, his dad said, he said it, he quoted his dad, is that time is something that, I don't even remember the quote, I'm sorry, but no amount of money ever bought a second of time. That's what the quote was. If you have $1 billion, you cannot buy time. Sometimes you can, like let's say you make a lot of money and then you don't want to clean your house. You don't want to do laundry. You don't want to mow your lawn. Stuff that everyone has to do, but you'd much rather spend time with friends and family. You would much rather spend that extra hour or 2 hours with your friends, especially if you have kids and your time is so precious with them. It's just, yeah, I'll pay whatever the fuck you have to pay so you can free up more time to spend it with the people that you love. And that's what Tesla's doing. They're giving people time with full self-driving. Why did Uber and Lyft, I don't think Uber actually made money, but why did Uber and Lyft become so popular? Because it saves you time. It is a lot faster to be able to go on your app for Uber or Lyft and say like, all right, pick me up here, this is where I'm going, than, calling a cab, which take, because, they have to come from wherever. Ubers are right there. They're blocks away. And Tesla, you won't be able to have to do that anymore. You could, if you want to, with your Tesla app, and it'll be cheaper. So not only will it save you time, but it'll be cheaper. But if you have that car, put it in where to go, boom, that's it. If anyone has more than a 20-minute commute, it is worth it. Just for that alone. Not the fact that it saves you money on gas, not the fact that it could power your house, that it could, that it's a battery, and it has bi-directional energy transference, and it has that inverter in there to transfer that energy, make it from AC to DC and DC to AC, house to car, car to house. So it makes you money in so many different ways. It saves you time. There are battery storage that saves the grid time. They're going to be a powerhouse in utilities. That Australia loves Elon Musk because of what he's helped with the power grid over there, saving people money. It's going to be the same thing in Australia, and the insurance as well. Insurance is another multi-billion-dollar business where companies like Progressive, they will hire a fleet of lawyers to work against you if you have Progressive so that they don't have to pay. Tesla knows their drivers, and they will adjust their prices accordingly. And most people, again, Tesla owners, if with no self-driving, no autopilot, and no safety features on, if you're just driving a Tesla versus the people that are just driving a normal car, Tesla owners are safer. Tesla owners are better drivers, probably because they're just at a point in life where they know not to be an asshole on the road. They're not, 18 to 22-year-old kids that don't know how to drive yet. Again, I don't want to say that it's all of them. I served with a bunch of kids that were like 19. They were great. I love them. but some kids are just assholes. And it takes a while to get good at it. But Tesla is going to reward that by offering you lower insurance than it is to everyone else. And that they don't have to pay out. Not only are they not going to have to pay out because Tesla drivers themselves are better drivers, but because full self-driving, there's so few accidents with them, they're going to be collecting money and money and money and money, and they're never going to have to pay out. And that is hundreds of billions of dollars of revenue. It's going to be going to them each year. Every time there's an update, over-the-air updates. It's like when your phone has an update, click a button, boom, as long as you have Wi-Fi. Same thing with Tesla. There's all code in there already, and what the over-the-air update is, it's just more code, and making sure that it doesn't mess with any other existing code, and it gives your car new features. Every car made after like 2018 for Tesla has that capability for full self-driving features. So when it's done, it's done. You're going to be able to get it. And full self-driving, as that increases, again, I have it locked in at my Cybertruck for $7,000. It's going to be $8,000 in July. Who knows where it's going to be at its fullest? Elon Musk said it might be $100,000, just for full self-driving, because it's going to make you tons and tons of money, like minimum $10,000 a year, just because you're going to be able to, on your phone with the Tesla app, boom, order Tesla. It's going to go out. It's going to make you money with that. It's going to make you money with Autobidder, selling power back to the grid. There's no scenario, again, could be crazy shit happening. Could be World War III. Elon Musk could die and stock goes to zero. But in my head, most likely reality, there's no other scenario in which it does not become a $1 trillion company. I think probably multi-trillion-dollar company, because it has so many assets, so many things going for it. That's why I'm all in. That's why I might I have this debate about going to Utah, um, because I don't know. I'm in New York. I don't have a gym. New York has been very, very slow to open. They're in like phase two now, which is soft opening of some restaurants, some other things. Phase three will be in 2 to 4 weeks after phase two. And then phase four will be 2 to 4 weeks after that. Cuomo tweeted that gyms are not in phase two, probably not going to be in phase three. Gyms will probably be in phase four. I won't see a gym until August. I called my friend Lilith. She said I'm more than welcome to come stay with her in Austria. They opened their gyms last week. Unfortunately, I cannot travel from the U.S. to Europe or from Europe to the U.S. That they just haven't lifted the travel ban. Called some friends in Utah. Their gyms are open as well. Utah is like a normal freaking state. Everyone's doing everything. Same with my friends in Kansas, some friends in Oklahoma, a bunch of states in the Midwest. Texas is opening, Florida's opening. And for me, I have this guy that accepted my offer. I could pay him $1,000 and I could stay in his Airbnb for a month. I could stay there. He is 12 blocks away from an Anytime Fitness. I can go there literally anytime I want. It's the name of the place. And just because mentally, that's what I need. And why I'm bringing this up, I know you didn't, click on this to hear about that, is because, okay, $1,000 for that. And, I'm carrying 2 rents here. And then, plane tickets and that, where I could get 2 more shares of Tesla. Now, I am seriously debating about not going, making my mental health even worse because it's messy. Like during this pandemic, I lost over $80,000. But it's probably close to 100 at this point, where in my first business, I gave money to people. That's my business, is giving money to business owners and, getting back a premium. And after this pandemic hit and they're forced to close their doors, they can't pay back. Some of them can't pay back for good. They're done. Over $80,000 gone. But me not having a gym, my body going from where it was to what it is now, that hurts more than me losing $80,000. This hurts. Like, I hate the way I look, hate this out in the mirror. And why I might continue to do this is so I can buy 2 more shares of Tesla. Because at the end of the day, I know that's going to make me a lot of money. And I know I've said before, in my Tesla versus Pokemon video, where I make, this epic sale of like $50,000 when I finally get this full collection of Pokemon cards. Why am I? I've said it before that why buy Tesla when you could buy some Pokemon cards and Pokemon and they'll increase. It's just because Tesla is so unbelievable. It's changing the world. Pokemon cards, as much as I love it and as exponential growth there is in it, it doesn't really. Me getting a piece of cardboard does not change the world. Pokemon in general, it might have shaped some kids, values and stuff back in the day, and even continuing now. But that's not going to change the world. Me getting a Tesla, me investing in the company, me every time they do a capital raise, owning more shares, that's going to change the world. Tesla is changing the world into a green, sustainable energy, and that's why I'm doing it. That's why I'm going to. So either way, that's what I'm doing. That's how much I believe in Tesla. That's how much I hate my body. But listen, guys, I love you all. Have a good one. I hope everyone's surviving out there. Please like, comment, subscribe. Comment's good for the YouTube algorithm.